Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. This is Yahawah mission. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Yahawah mission teaches the 100% true doctrine in this GMS. Want to bring out this article. What's going on in Hong Kong? Apartment burner, basically killing hundreds. They're going to always try to downplay it in the Western media. But you can clearly see this dude is pretty taken back by what happened. So I'm going to read the article and bring out some scriptures. Hundreds missing, scores dead in massive Hong Kong apartment burnout. So I'm going to read the highlights, the bold, just to get to the point. A terrible death toll is mounting after a cluster of high-rise Hong Kong, apartment towers was engulfed in a inferno on Wednesday. All right, at least 44 people are dead, but approximately 279 are still missing. And we know Hong Kong is allies with the U.S. and China has a problem with Hong Kong and Taiwan. They want them to be part of mainland China, but these people are Moabites. They're not Ammonites like the Japanese. These are Moabites. So the people in China, the people in Hong Kong, and the people in Taiwan are Moabites, So we'll watch a little bit of the video. The Most High is not playing with you other heathen nations. So it says much of the complex was clad in bamboo scaffolding and wrapped with netting as major exterior renovations was underway. Hong Kong development authorities issued a directive mandating that at least 50% of government construction projects must employ metal scaffolding. Instead. So, Moab and these nations, they don't take practicality and technology into use. A lot of these other nations. They use outdated building standards and methods and codes. They get some of it from Esau. Some of them try to, some of the newer stuff from Esau. But remember, these other nations are riding off the coattails of Esau's blessing. And Esau is blessed. This is his time for rulership, and plus he has the house of Israel, both southern and northern tribe, in captivity. So these other nations are going to try to piggyback off certain things and certain practices and ways, even though they really are basic and wholeheartedly left to their own devices. They're stuck in the past ancient ways of doing things in a negative way as far as building and whatnot, and how they try to create their cities, model their cities after the Edomites. But they still aren't, they're not going to be able to obtain the full blessing, as the Edomites have been able to. It says old and new bamboo continues to be widely used in Hong Kong construction and renovation projects, even on modern buildings like this. Right. So these Moabites are not, because they were in their blessing too, so they were able to get away with stuff like this. All right, but not anymore. The Lord is starting to see about everybody with fire. It doesn't matter if it's a missile or a bomb or typical apartment fire. He's starting to take out these heathen in mass numbers. All right, and the way that they were doing things and getting away with things, even, typical building practices and codes, it's no longer going to fly. Random stuff is just going to start happening and just catching on fire and showing their lack of, ingenuity, so to speak. All right. So more than 200 fire department vehicles and another 100 ambulances were deployed. All right, you see a man reacts to firefighters struggle to extinguish the towering inferno behind them. Right, this is of the Lord, judgment. Authorities quickly took note of troubling observations throughout the complex. The fire erupted in Wednesday afternoon, but blazed on in spectacular fashion well into the night. Esau, he's going to try to sensationalize death and craziness with his wording. We have no reason to believe that those in charge of the construction company were grossly negligent. Police arrested 3 men between the ages of 52 and 68. Yeah, it says director of construction company, while the third is an engineer and consultant. Yeah, all right.
我操，真的，哇！我操，刚建的楼啊！哇，2栋连排操！
Damn, it started Wednesday afternoon and it's basically still burning until Thursday today. Early Thursday morning, with the fires under a significant degree of control after 18 hours of dangerous work by firefighters, smoke continued to rise. Yeah, them people there. Observers dread what will result from a search of the towers, a charred husk in the coming days and weeks. Talk about burnt up bodies, beyond human tragedy. The disaster is surely a humiliation for Xi and his government. President Xi Jinping, extended condolences and urged all our efforts to extinguish the fire and minimize casualty and losses. Well, even China, the Moabites in China, they don't use bamboo. Okay, they don't do those practices because they're so busy trying to keep up with Esau. All right, but the Lord is seeing about you other nations. Okay. And you all are going to get it, but we're talking about Moab right now, the Moabites. Okay, Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahawah of hosts. Okay, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Right, all right. Who is he visiting? Okay. Jeremiah 50:32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about. Okay, didn't we just see that in the video? And then we just report on that. Okay, just brought that out. This is happening. These prophecies are coming to pass. They're manifesting. Jeremiah 48:29. We have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud, right? His loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride, okay? And the haughtiness of his heart, correct? Okay, so you Chinese, okay, mainland China under Xi Jinping, Beijing's rule, you're proud. Hong Kong's proud, okay, because they're allied with the U.S., okay, and they feel like they're actually landlocked with mainland China, and they have been able to stay out of Xi Jinping, okay, his control, okay, that's Hong Kong. And then you got the Taiwanese that are allied with the U.S. that are chip producers, okay, for Esau's technology and whatnot. They're proud as well. They hauled ass off of mainland China, off the landlock, and ran to the island, okay, that they're on now, that China is threatening to invade. All right, so these you got 3 basically types of Moabites. Okay, they're all Chinese, what you would consider Chinese or lineage, Chinese lineage, that is Moabite lineage. Okay, and they are exceedingly proud. Okay, They are proud when they work, when they come in these Chinese carryouts, okay? These different things like that. They're very proud in Jake's neighborhoods and whatnot, all right? But they're riding off the coattails and the blessings of the Edomites. Jeremiah 48:26, make ye him drunken, for he magnify himself against Yahawah, right? Moab also shall wallow in his vomit, and he also shall be in derision, right? So the Lord fucking them up right now, okay? And he's been fucking them up this whole 6 years, okay? Since COVID started, he took out a slew of Moabites out of mainland China, okay? He killed a lot of those people over there, bro, because they're super proud. They're more so than Esau at this point in time, believe it or not. Jeremiah 48:8, and the spoiler shall come upon every city, and no city shall escape. The valley also shall perish, and the plain shall be destroyed. And Yahawah has spoken it, right? So he's destroying this man's cities with these mudslides, all type of different flooding that has happened. Okay, I'm surprised that goddamn dam, the Three Gorges Dam in China, hasn't broken yet. Okay, but like I said, he has the Moabites on the island, Taiwan. They're going to be invaded by other Moabites, where are the mainland China, Beijing's Moabites. And then you got Hong Kong. They're going to be ultimately taken over as well. All right, because China is going to go to war with the U.S., okay, and things are heating up with this Venezuela thing. Remember, Russia and China have assets and or interests in Venezuela, so we're going to see how this goes. All right, that's Moabites. All right, Jeremiah 48:11, Moabite have been at ease from his youth. Moab has been at ease from his youth, and he have settled on his lees, and have not been empty from vessel to vessel, neither have he gone into captivity, right? Therefore his taste remain in him, right? And his scent is not changed, okay? So Lord's basically saying nothing ain't happened to this man. He been chilling, okay, since basically, you know, he's been a nation, so to speak. Now, all nations have had calamities and whatnot, but certain nations, particularly the Edomites and the house of Israel, the Edomites, or Esau and Jacob, have really been at each other's throats over the centuries and different timelines. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of these other nations have kind of, in a way, just played the background and just been sitting on the sideline throughout history. Okay, and they haven't really experienced any hardship per se, as Esau and Jacob fight, okay, for dominance and power over the centuries. All right, so this is basically what the Heavenly Father is saying. Nothing ain't really happened to this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And they like to harp on the Japanese thing. That's Ammon. That's their brothers. Moab and Ammon are brothers, okay? From Lot's daughters, okay? So they like the modern day Moabites like to harp on that, okay? But they really haven't experienced anything. Han, Chinese, or Moabites are running that whole area. They run Hong Kong, they run China, and they run the Taiwanese, okay, or Taiwan. Jeremiah 48:42, and Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he hath magnified himself against the Lord. Right, okay. China has basically stepped into the fold because they have made everything from the U.S. They duplicated, copied, and stole everything, okay, from all types of different screws and nuts and bolts just to put certain things together. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a TV or a fucking airplane, okay? And they have stolen even airplane or aircraft secrets from Esau, all right? Thanks to Bill and Hillary, all right? Those two Edomites. So Moab is basically a copycat. He's stole Yeezys, you know, Jordans, okay, because they have modes. They were making Jordans for Nikes, okay. So basically, you know, so Jake or Jacob, I'm talking about the southern and northern tribe, would not have any money and whatnot, Esau decided to move all his manufacturing overseas and give it to China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Okay, just so Jake, Southern and Northern tribe, would not have any knowledge and or financial leverage, so to speak, to use against him. But he shot himself in the foot. And now he has to, because he tried to go around and cut basically Jake out. Now he's gonna have to deal with Moab. Okay, so he's done. All right, both of them are done, Moab and Esau. But Moab is definitely done. Very proud. Okay, very proud, and they're very hasty, and they're building designs, and the way they do things is very sloppy, very hasty. They put shit up, okay, very fast, and a lot of their knowledge and engineering secrets and tactics and hints and advice that they get or use have been stolen from Esau and Jake here, okay, because we know if Jake was not, I'm talking about the Southern and Northern tribe, was not in America at all, America would look like Russia. Okay, it would feel, it would look, everything would be just like another Edomite nation. But because the Western Edomites have the House of Israel, Southern and Northern tribe in captivity, America is what it is, and that's why the Edomites here have been exceedingly proud. Okay, because they have Jake in captivity, and they use Jake's knowledge and spiritual power and ingenuity to get certain things and results in all industries and fields throughout the history of Babylon the Great. All right, so Moab is very proud, and he calls himself trying to copy that, but without having the secret sauce, the flavor. The secret ingredient is Jake. Okay, a nation needs Jake in order to go above and beyond. If you do not have the House of Israel, the Northern and Southern tribe, in your clutches or your captivity, your nation will not stand out. It will not be the best. It will not look good. Okay, aesthetically, they will not have the engineering feats that they will have. All right, that you're looking for, because the missing link has always been Jake. All right, it's always made these empires better than what they would have been without Jake. All right, Jeremiah 48:43, fear in the pit and the snare shall be upon thee, O inhabitant of Moab, saith Yahawah. Okay, see, bucking him up. Jeremiah 48:44. He's going to send all types of traps and craziness and pitfalls in these nations. Okay, those three nations. Okay, but they're a nation of people. They're all Moabites. Okay, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China, mainland China. He that fleeth from the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that getteth up out the pit shall be taken in the snare. For I will bring upon it, even upon Moab, right? This is going to happen to even Moab, you Chinese, you Taiwanese, and you Hong Kongers, okay? Even upon Moab and all the other nations as well. The year of their visitation, okay, saith the Lord, okay? So Yahawah is visiting Moab, okay? He's been visiting Moab for the last 6 years, or super hard, all right? Jeremiah 48:20, Moab is confounded, for it is broken down. Howl and cry, tell ye. Okay, so tell ye in tell ye it in Aaron that Moab is spoiled. Right, Moab is spoiled. China. Okay, they've given everything in less than 60 years. 60 years, 70. Put 70. I'm gonna say just 80. With Hong Kong, Taiwan, and mainland China, they have surpassed, okay, a lot of nations, okay, and including the house and the nation of Israel, the true house of Israel, with technology, ability to learn. He was just given everything by Esau, okay, and now Esau has to fight, okay, fight this man, because he gave him everything because he didn't want to give anything to his brother, which is Jacob, okay? So yeah, he's spoiled, all right? He was just given everything. So now he's going to be destroyed along with Esau, okay? Moab, all right? So I just wanted to bring that out for you Chinese, okay? Mainland Chinese, under Beijing and Xi Jinping rule, okay? You mainland Hong Kong, okay? I forgot your president's name. And Taiwanese, okay? You all Moabites, and even to a certain extent,